Greetings, comic fans, and welcome to another episode of Uncle Jay's Comic Adventure. Today, we're going to say goodbye for a short amount of time, hopefully for a short amount of time, to some signature books that I have. They're going off to CBCS. CBCS has a wonderful service. I've used them before for verifying signatures. They're also actually going to secure the signature for me of a couple of individuals actually on one of the books, and we'll talk about that in a few minutes. But really enjoy that service. I like the new CBCS yellow labels, and I really enjoy their new cases. So without further ado, I'm going to show you these books, and we're going to talk about what's going to happen with the books. And I can't make predictions as to how long it's going to be before they come back, but I'll try to show them to you when I get them. We're going to start out with an iconic book, my favorite book of this batch really, Star Trek #1, the first appearance of all the original Star Trek cast pretty much, Captain Kirk, Spock, Scotty, Uhura, Sulu, Chekhov. I'm sure they would all be in here. And of course that's because this is the first Star Trek comic book. But speaking of Captain Kirk, I'm really excited about the opportunity through CBCS to secure William Shatner's signature, and also Walter Koenig, Chekhov, as well. And so I fixed up a window bag, cut out some nice little slots for them in the bag so they don't have to take it out of the bag, and I'll be sending it in this top loader just for extra protection. It's a very old book and could be somewhat fragile. Also, I'm sending in some more Secret Wars books. You all know I'm heavily into Secret Wars. And some signature books this time. So this one is signed on the first page by Mike Zeck, and you don't hear a lot of people talking about this cover, but I really enjoy this cover. I think it's pretty neat the way Hulk is holding up all the rock. It's more about the story than the art, but I really enjoy the cover. And also another Secret Wars book that's signed, this time by Bob Layton. Both these, of course, are again on the first page. But I just think it's a really nice thing to have all these different signatures. And I have some signed #1s, but I don't have a 4 and a 6. I have a 5, I think it is. No, that's not a 5. I have another issue. Maybe it's a 9 that's also signed, but it's such a low grade, I'm going to hold off at least for a while. I also have a Punisher Warzone #1. Kind of a nice cover. One of the neat things is the placement of John Romita Jr.'s signature on this cover. It's very artistic. He did a great job. You hardly notice that it's there, and even the color of the pen. I really enjoy this, mostly because I'm such a Spider-Man fan, and if you're a Spider-Man fan, especially a vintage Spider-Man fan, you're probably also a fan of John Romita Sr. and probably John Romita Jr. as well. They did some amazing art throughout the years on Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man. This is my favorite of the Jim Lee X-Men #1s. I know a lot of people like the Magneto cover, and I do too, but this is my favorite. This is, of course, the Deluxe, the Collector's Edition, but actually folds out and has all the covers. And I just really like the way that Jim Lee is so careful in his placement of his signatures. It always adds, from what I've seen, to the cover, rather than taking away. It just looks like it was made to be there. So he is, as we all know, such an artist. I feel like he's one of the best comic artists, not only of his time, but of all time, really. It just doesn't get much better than Jim Lee. I'm also a huge Romita Sr. fan. Kirby, I think Jack Kirby was just incredible. Here's another one. I only have 4. It would be really great if I could pick up that 5th cover as well, signed by Jim Lee. But now I do have the one that's really getting all the attention these days, the Magneto cover, which I agree is very nice. And one of the nice things about these books too, in the back you can see they all have the little certificate of authenticity too, kind of verifying this. Of course, CBCS will do that as well for me when they grade the books and put them in the nice yellow label cases. Well, that's it for today. It's great to be with you again, and I appreciate you joining me. It's awesome to be able to share these books with you. They mean a lot to me. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please, as always, I ask that you would hit the like button, and more than that, I would really appreciate it if you could subscribe, so that'll encourage me to make more content. And I'll look forward to seeing you in the next episode of Uncle Jay's Comic Adventure.